Good morning and welcome to 10 with Tom. Yeah, we're a little bit early this morning, but now that school started, it's time to get up earlier, and so we thought we'd start loading these on Facebook and YouTube earlier in the morning on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So if you want to see them before you go to school or before you go to work in the morning, you can do that, or you can catch them when you come home. Either way, they'll be available for you. But I hope everybody had a good first day of school, that you all survived, and that you made some new friends, you reconnected with some old ones, and that you're not overwhelmed. I know the first day can be a little crazy, but hopefully there wasn't too much homework last night, and as you begin day 2 and move on through the rest of the week, each day will build with confidence. I also wanted to remind everybody, if you weren't able to make it to refresh last Wednesday, Pastor Clint did a great recap in his weekly devotional for the youth over at Reverb, and we posted that on our Facebook, the Village Church Youth page, so that you could get a chance to see that. We posted that yesterday, and it was about making good choices. And what a great reminder as we start the new year on the importance of doing that. So you'll be hearing from not only me on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but when we get the releases each week from Pastor Clint, we'll be adding those in as well. And so you'll get to hear from both of us. And of course, you can catch Will's devotions when he posts them. He did a great one yesterday about grace on the church's page. And so we hope you're hearing from lots of good voices that are encouraging you and helping you get the year off to a good start. Now, today we're talking about a little personality trait that might be different for you than it is for me. And so it's important that we begin to understand a little bit about our personality. Specifically, are you an introvert or an extrovert? You know, some people are just so naturally outgoing and they're bubbly in all kind of social circumstances, and they just love to meet people, and they're the life of the party, and everything's good. People love to be around them because they make everybody comfortable. And then there's people like me, people that are introverted. And I know some of you are laughing, no, he's not introverted, you're in front of people all the time. But no, actually, I'm very much an introvert. Faced with social situations like, going to a party or something, I would rather do anything but. I like to have my alone time. I love to spend time reading or watching games on TV. I don't need to be around a crowd. In fact, crowds oftentimes make me very, very uncomfortable. Or maybe the personality difference is this. Maybe you are an early morning person. Or maybe you're like me, and you are definitely not a morning person. To me, yeah, I guess I am an early morning person. I like the early morning hours between like midnight and 2 or 3 in the morning. That's the kind of early morning I like. And we're just wired differently. And it's okay. We don't have to be like everybody else is. We can be confident that God made us the way we are for a reason. And sometimes we have to make adjustments, and we have to put ourselves in situations that maybe we're a little uncomfortable with. But we don't have to live in those situations all the time. And so you look to deal with things the best way you can, and accept the people around you that are just different than we are. My wife, she sleeps in once in a while, but she's pretty much an early morning person. She's up every morning around 6 o'clock in the morning to go swimming. I would love to swim, but I'm not getting up at 6 in the morning to go swimming. I'm sorry, that's just way too early for me. Now, if the pool was open at midnight, I could go to the pool and jump in the pool and swim and then go to bed. All right, but I just can't do that in the morning. And so we have different routines, and that's okay. We get along just fine. And so if you try and be somebody that you're not, you find out pretty quickly that it just doesn't work for you. For instance, a young lady talked about how when she went to college, she noticed that most of her friends were very extroverted. And she wasn't, but they were still her friends. But she wanted to be like they are. She would watch TV, and the main characters, the ones who had it all together, were always the ones who were out on the go, doing things, making things happen. They were extroverts. She'd watch movies and see it on the movies. that, the main characters, they were all extroverted. And she began to think, all my friends are that way. I see that the people that are popular on the movies and on TV shows, they're all that way. I'm not. Obviously, I have the problem. It began to wear down. So she decided, I'm going to be that extroverted, life of the party, go, 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 go kind of person. And when she found out, it just wore her out because it wasn't who she was. And so she would just crash and burn and then recover. And she realized, hey, I can't keep doing this. All right? I am just totally exhausted. I can't keep up with that. And the fact is, she was never meant to be that way. And so when you finally realize what it is that you are, what your strengths are, be comfortable with those. Go with them because God's designed you in a certain way. Most of the introverted people that I know are extremely successful in their careers. They're driven by the things they do. They pay very, very close attention to details. Most of my friends who work in like engineering and stuff like that, they're wired that way. Now, that doesn't mean they can't have fun, because they do. But they're just not the people that are out there all the time going, 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 going. They're driven by their work and driven by the fact that they want to do things the right way all the time, very methodical. And that's the way God designed them. Right? Then I've got other friends who are really, really good in public relations and sales. I can't even buy a car. I refuse to buy a car because I can't deal with the salesperson mentality. Right? When I go in and they're going to try and sell me something, they're just going to make me feel guilty. I don't like to feel guilty. And so I'm going to do one of two things. I'm either just going to walk away, or I'm going to buy something and resent them and resent the fact that I did it, and it's not going to go well. Now, is there anything wrong with those salespeople? No. They're doing their jobs, and they're really good at them because of their personalities. I don't have that personality. I don't like that personality. I don't ever want to have that personality. Right? But that doesn't make it wrong. Right? It's just not who I am. And so finding who we are and fitting into the environments where we belong, that's important for us to do. And like I said, there'll be times where we'll have to switch those things up. And, if you're a morning person, there might be nights where you got to stay up late for something. Or if you're a late night person, you may have to go through a stretch where you've got to get up early. You're going to make it. I feel so sorry for you guys that are in middle school and have to be at school at 7:30 in the morning. That was the way my high school was. I never fell asleep at school until I was in high school, because getting up that early every morning just drove me crazy. Because even when I knew I had to go to bed, I couldn't sleep. But yet I love to take naps. I can take a nap at 2 in the afternoon and think nothing of it. But it's really hard for me to go to bed at 10 or 10:30 at night. My body wants to stay up. Right? It's just who we are. That's how God designed us. And so once you know that God created you that way, and it's okay. All right? And find ways to adjust. But also remember that God made other people different. And that's a good thing too. So don't hate on them because they're doing their thing the way God designed them. Know that we all are in this together. So I hope that helps a little bit. But be who you are. All right. Now, also wanted to mention, now that school has started, we are done with water games on Wednesday nights and Sundays. So we'll pick those up again probably sometime in the spring. But for now, Wednesday nights, 6:30 to 8. We invite you to come on out. We've got worship at 6:30. We'll do our lesson following that, and then we'll have a game after we're done with that. And if you can't be here on Wednesday nights, we invite you to be here with us on Facebook Live. The church's page, the Village Church at World Golf Village, we will be streaming Refresh on Wednesday nights from 6:30 to 7:30, so you'll miss the game part, but you can be a part of everything else. And then on Sunday nights, we're all back together as one big group, 5 to 6:30. So we'll do games first, and then we'll come in and do our lesson. Still no food yet. Hopefully that's going to change soon once everybody's back at school and gets settled in, and we realize that the world's not going to go crazy if we're all together, and that we can eat again together. Hopefully we'll be able to do that soon. But that's where we're at. Have a great second day of school. Enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll catch up with you either tomorrow night at Refresh or Thursday morning on 10 with Tom. Love you guys.